Hey, Ryan Fritz here with Science of Cardio, talking to you about different conditioning or ESD energy systems development trainings. So, a lot of social media is talking about different kind of workouts to do and different things to maintain VO2 or cardiovascular health for longevity. So, the three different categories from kind of a exercise science principle standpoint is long slow distance LSD or steady state. This is typically zone 2, depending on what camp you come from. Hiking for an hour or up to 3 hours, maybe doing incline hikes, doing kind of a steady state bike ride, on an indoor trainer or an outdoor bike for an hour. Will hit that zone 2 of your max heart rate. So zone 2 is about 60 to 70% of max heart rate. Typically I try to shoot for about 70 for optimal health benefits. And then typically for kind of a duration or time thing, it's typically, more than 20 minutes. But for distance, I usually say 2+ miles. So those are good kind of parameters and references. So we get into kind of the next tier or higher intensity, which is VO2, volume of oxygen, or anaerobic threshold. Okay, so this is typically at 80 to 85% of max heart rate. Okay, or zone 4, again, depending on kind of what literature or what information you're getting. So some good examples, this is kind of all over the place. 4 sets of 3 minutes. So this is kind of a sprint going quickly, moving. So depending on modality, it can be, an elliptical, a rower, a treadmill, running outside. Another good VO2 or aerobic threshold workout is 3 sets of 5 minutes. So you're going to be really huffing and breathing hard after kind of this time span. Another great thing or easy, workout is go sprint a mile and try to do your PR, try to do your fastest time for a mile. It's a great distance. You're kind of going through and you're doing a lot of heavy breathing. If, depending on sports and if you have different goals, 6 sets of 45 seconds. So I might do 45-second sprint and then 15 seconds off for recovery. So each kind of round is about a minute. I use this with hockey players because that's a good duration or need for their energy systems for hockey. Another option, you can do 5 sets of 2-minute sprints. So this might be I'm going to go as fast as I can, or I'm going to do a 200 meter. And I'm going to take, a minute off or 2 minutes, depending on your work to rest ratio. And I'm going to do 5 800-meter sprints. Now this is brutal. This is really challenging and hard, but you're trying to improve kind of that VO2, breathing, lung capacity stuff. So 800-meter sprint, really challenging. Another option, if you don't have a track or you're not in the gym, dumbbell stairs. So usually I kind of shoot for 4 to 8 flights. Carrying some loads or weights going kind of vertically. So you can do that with stairs or hills. Sled pushes and pulls. Again, we're trying to get our heart rate into zone 4 or 80 to 85% of max heart rate. So you have to kind of accordingly, adjust accordingly to intensities to hit those areas. Tabata workouts. So this is a 10-second on, 10-second off, maybe 6 rounds. You can do varying versions of Tabatas. So check the internet, look in Google for that. Metcon, metabolic conditioning. So you can do circuits or cycles of exercises, maybe warrior ropes, push-ups, CrossFit style workout where you have kind of time and you're trying to do so many reps. So that can vary from person to person or modalities. Maybe a good example would be squat, curl, press, and then doing same weight, lateral lunges, deltoid flies, a mountain climber, and then maybe bicycle crunches and doing kind of sets of those, trying to get your heart rate up to zone 4 or 85% of max. And then distance-wise, you're kind of staying in the 200-yard or 200-meter out to about 1,600 meters or a mile. So that's kind of zone 2, VO2, anaerobic threshold principles or examples. Okay, the next one is HIIT, high intensity interval training, or zone 5, again, depending on where you're kind of getting your information. This is 90+% of max heart rate, so 90 to 100% effort. So this is maximum. Typically, this is in about the 10 to 12 second range. So if you think you're in zone 5 and you're going for 2 minutes, you're probably in zone 4. So 10-second sprints, another good example, 40-yard dash. Depending on your fitness level, that might be up to 100 meters. So typically I can tell people it's less than 100 meters. So 50-yard dash, 40-yard dash. You can do warrior ropes for 10 seconds. You do 10 sets of 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 10 seconds on. You can do jump rope workouts and do different routines. You can do a lot of different variations or options, as long as you're getting to that kind of zone 5 or max heart rate. Sled pushes and pulls, so this is going to be a little bit different. Maybe this is a sprint and this is more of a jog. So you have to kind of tweak and figure that out. It's individually based, so it's all customized and different for every person. Tabata workouts, again, 6 sets of 10 seconds. You can play around with that. So hopefully this is helpful and informative. I usually would recommend trying to do 1 to 3 sessions of the steady state or long slow distance zone 2 stuff a week. If you can do more than that, that's great. But at a minimum 1 to 3 sessions. The zone 4, I usually try to do once or twice a week, depending on your time, your work kind of ability or output or capabilities. This is pretty demanding, so it takes some recovery. And then for kind of the zone 5, I try to do once a week. Typically, this will take about 2 to 3 days to recover. So, less demanding, medium, and this is high or hard intensity. So, good luck. Try to incorporate this into your routines. And if you have questions, let me know. Thank you.